So you have a conversation with a client prospect and it leaves you cringing as you walk away from the conversation. Why? Because you're uncomfortable with really getting real and raw with them so that they can tap into their feelings of stress and pain to recognize that they really do need to make a change in their life, and so that they can experience the way you coach them so that they can see that you're the one that can help them through that. So how can you make this shift so that that conversation is easier for you to do? Well, I'm Laura Leigh Humphreys, and in this episode of Faces of Freedom TV, I'll be giving you some insights, some mindset insights that you can apply that will help you in working through this conversation so that it becomes more easy and comfortable for you, so that you can be more successful in your sales conversation, and so that you can create a life that you love through a home business lifestyle. So in learning the principles of prosperity and generating wealth, which includes selling, as a whole, as a culture, we have not been taught that. And I think it's very intentional why we have not been taught that by the powers that be, or the social structures that are in charge of how our society works. A lot of the prosperity principles are built upon or stand on ideas of collaboration, communication, cooperation, community, working together with people. And as such, then it requires that people are honest and transparent with each other and have integrity, which, as you can know, looking through society, that is not the case by and large. We've had such a track record, at least in the US and in most other countries around the globe, where there's such a great lack of transparency, of no honesty, no foresight, oversight, no ethics, especially in the big corporations, the banking structures, government, politics. And so that trickles down into how people are taught, what they are modeling to each other, and so how they do business. So let's look at this idea of transparency. Where do you have a difficult time with transparency yourself? You know, we see it out there in the business world and in the banking and politics. And yet my question is, where does it show up for you individually in your life? Where do you have a hard time tapping into your feelings of getting raw, vulnerable, transparent, and real? Not only with yourself, but with other people. Because I can assure you that is a direct link between your ability to be an effective coach, to help someone else through their spaces or places within themselves when they hit up against those difficult emotions too. So what you'll find is the easier that you are able to and more willing to confront your own emotional stuff of where you get stuck, then you can work through that so that when you're having a conversation with your prospective client, you can come from it from a much more grounded and emotional neutral place, so that you're more comfortable holding that space for them to be in that uncomfortable or painful or stressful emotion, to help facilitate them through it because it doesn't trigger you. So you can be much more clear and neutral as a guide for them. Okay? So a lot of this, it's about learning how to communicate and build relationships, how to be open and vulnerable. And something that I learned when I was doing this myself is the more I applied relationship building principles of intimacy and communication within my own self, with my relationship with me, it made it much easier for me to be able to apply these same relationship building principles of communication and intimacy and vulnerability with other people. Okay? You cannot build a relationship with other people if you first have not developed the depth of relationship with your own self. The quality of relationship you have with other people is a mirror to the depth and intimacy that you have with your own self. And they will also show you the ways and the places in which you have not explored and discovered within you where you get stuck. So I encourage you to look at these conversations with other people, including prospective clients in this sales conversation, as a mirror for you, to teach you and guide you of where are you stuck? Where do you get hung up on not being able to be vulnerable and raw and intimate with your own self? Because if there's emotions or rough edges or past traumas or weird beliefs that you may have that you have not yet processed and looked at. Okay, so allow yourself to go into this process, this relationship with other people, as an ongoing learning and deepening of these relationship and communication skills. Because that's what business is all about, is building relationship, building a trusted network of people who know, like, and follow you and are comfortable with you and giving you their money, knowing that you can help them, guide them through those sticky places in their life where they feel pain and stress and trauma and what have you, of where they're stuck. The only way they can get unstuck is by facing their emotional stuff and their limiting beliefs. So you have to be clear and confident in your own self to be able to guide them. And how you get clear and confident in your own self, as I mentioned, is doing your own inner work and learning to become much more intimate and raw and vulnerable with you. So years ago, I learned something from one of my mentors, Don Tolman, and I've mentioned him before in some of these other videos. And he was talking about the concept of money, or the term money, where that word came from. And so in Latin, the Latin root of money is moneta, M-O-N-E-T-A. And what that meant back in these older cultures of the ancient world, like Greece and Rome, was moneta meant trust in relationship. If that trust is strong, then people will feel comfortable with each other and they exchange goods and services, i.e. money, and economies flourish, people flourish. However, when that trust is broken, as we see, which is rampant in our society with the deceit, the lack of transparency, the lack of honesty, that trust in each other has been broken. Hence, we have a difficult time with economy, with the flow of goods and services, with the flow of money, because the moneta, the trust of relationship, has been broken. However, it can be rebuilt. And this is something that many people in our society now are learning how to do that by rediscovering and reapplying ancient principles of prosperity, such as the community, the collaboration, the cooperation, and the communication. So again, look at where are you lacking trust in your own self because you're having a difficult time feeling comfortable with certain emotions about you and your life. How can you deepen your trust in yourself so that you then exude that energy, that state of being and consciousness outward to other people so that they can sense trustworthiness, trustfulness with you, so that when you have conversations with them, they feel comfortable and you feel comfortable when it comes time for them to start getting raw and emotional and vulnerable. Okay? So that's something for you to really sit with and think about. How can you deepen your intimacy, your intimate relationship with you, and thus with other people? As with all of my videos, then I give you a resource guide, a PDF download. And this one talks about one of the principles of attraction marketing. So if you're not familiar with attraction marketing, it's all about the relationship building you have with other people. Everything what I've been talking about here in this video, it's all about attraction marketing. Being somebody that people feel comfortable being with, that they want to know more about you, like and follow you, so that then they feel comfortable giving you their money, having built a trust in relationship with you, i.e. moneta. So this download guide that I have for you, it's a free training on how you can use Instagram to apply some of these principles of creating that connection and relationship with other people, of being able to show yourself, being open and vulnerable with the world or with people that you want to follow, and using Instagram to be able to build your business. So grab that and enjoy that Instagram training. It's free for you. And with that being said, once you receive that, then you'll also be receiving some of my newsletters, which is all about attraction marketing and building a relationship with other people so that they want to follow you and buy from you. So again, the attraction marketing principles, it's all about the reciprocal relationship. How we deal with ourselves is how we deal with other people. How you deal with yourself is how you will deal with other people in your sphere, including your clients and your prospective clients. So it's a mindset shift in being able to really learn from the other people of how they are mirroring back to you your own level of comfort with yourself, with your emotions, of how deep of an intimate relationship you can have with you, so that you can help them deepen their relationship with themselves, and thus reciprocally they develop a really deeper relationship with you, and they'll stick around longer. You know, it often comes down, well, it always does come down to just simply fear. Fear of rejection, fear of facing ourselves, fear of being vulnerable and open, fear of other people seeing us. And what they're really showing, or what that fear is of being seen, is ultimately the fears we have about not wanting to see those pieces and parts of ourselves. So the more you're comfortable with claiming, accepting, loving, and embracing those pieces of you that held those fears and those awkward, uncomfortable emotions, then it's easier for you to stand neutral and confident and grounded when other people are experiencing those same feelings. Okay. So my question to you is, where do you get stuck? What kind of fears have you, or emotions have you dealt with that have allowed you to deepen your relationship with yourself? And when you're talking to other people, especially having that sales conversation with prospective clients, what things do they bring up, or what emotions do they bring up that triggers your own uncomfortable discomfort, your own fears and awkwardness? Use that, as I said, as a cue, your own mirror, your own teacher, to learn to work through your own emotional stuff. And again, if you'd like to learn more about attraction marketing, grab my PDF download and get on my newsletter. Enjoy that training on Instagram that I offer for you, and let me know how you experience it. So I want to know from you, did you find value in this video? Again, where do you get stuck? And what things have you worked through to deepen your relationship with yourself so that you can have a deeper relationship with your tribe, with your clients? I'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below and share this video, like it, subscribe to my channel. Each week, as you know, I do a new video where I share with you insights and tips on how you can develop yourself into the greater leader so that you can create a life that you love through a home business lifestyle. You can also find me at my website, lauraleehumphreys.com, and you can find me on Facebook under my name, Laura Lee Humphreys, and under Faces of Freedom. So go there, check me out, subscribe to my newsletter, contact me if you'd like to know more about attraction marketing, and until next time, have a great week.